is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that?
Welcome to the podcast, guys. Think back to your wedding day, Fitz, and how special it was.
Which one?
Well, not the Australian one, not the Thai
okay,
one.
Yeah, sorry, God, that was. Well, I can't remember any of the time.
The local one, not the Phuket one.
God, well, I ended up in jail.
You were anyone's. I don't know how many people you married that night. No, the one where you married BJ, and it was a respectful, beautiful event, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You know,
yeah,
I don't think
it's one that you'll never forget.
Never forget. I loved it. One bride has done something which has torn people apart, quite literally. She has posed.
That's a bit full on.
She's posed. She's posed in a particular way for their wedding photos, and I don't think anybody expected to see that when they checked out the pics. And I think it would probably be more appropriate for an OnlyFans page. You're going to hear more about exactly what she did and what position she did it in on the podcast.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Guys, we've been talking about school excursions. I mean, we're talking about ones that we went on, some disasters. We got some calls yesterday too.
I went to the Melbourne Botanical Gardens and they have a butterfly enclosure there. I was looking around, I saw some like really up high, and then all of a sudden these massive amount of butterflies just come right at me. Scared me so much I started crying and I had to leave the enclosure.
Went on a preschool excursion to Taronga Zoo.
Yeah.
And we sat down to eat our lunch and a bin chicken came and stole my lunch and I was screaming hysterically.
I went on my first two-night camp. There was about 40 of us that went, and out of the 40 of us, 16 of them came down with the vomiting bug.
Oh, God! No!
Struggled with that spew story yesterday. Really struggled with it. What are your suggestions for school excursions? What can we do, guys? Natalie in Campbelltown, got an idea? Where should we go?
Oh, look, the old school Canberra trip, that was always a big one when we were growing up.
Yep.
Crestacon, I don't know if Cockington Green's still there, the mini houses. Yeah. So that was amazing. So.
Do you know what? An old jail's always good as well.
Yeah.
Mate, Tommy, can we get into Long Bay? Maybe just go meet a few of the guys and girls out
let
there.
everyone out of Silverwater for a couple of hours.
Yep, clear it out for you guys.
Just ask them to wait in the playground down by...
that's a beautiful walk along the water there too. Shane in Camden, where should we head on our excursion, Shane?
You've got to go to Bunnings, haven't you?
Oh, that's Australian. Bunnings. I mean, Shane's on the top of Mount Everest at the moment on his school excursion.
Base Camp 2 or 3, Shane. Where are you, bro?
I don't mind that, Tommy.
I don't think you would ever leave.
I love Bunnings.
We know.
Well, yeah, that's.
Oh my God! It's
hey
my
guys,
second home.
Here's aisle 32. Come on through. Jess in Engadine, you got a suggestion?
Yeah, I reckon the Arnott's factory would be great. Imagine the goodie bag.
Oh yeah, just a biscuit fest.
Cadbury's down in Tasmania, isn't it? Because don't you get the offcuts of the chocolate on the way out? Do they do that at Arnott's? Do you know if they get anything on the way out, Jess?
Surely there'll be some breakage that they could give away.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
The people from Tip Top contacted us yesterday.
Oh, we're talking about the bread?
Yeah, offering you a personalised tour of the Tip Top factory.
Wow. I would love to see that.
Can we take some soy and linseed with us or anything like that?
Do they throw in any hot cross buns or anything like that?
Not like that.
Heading into Easter? Yeah. Chris in Eastern Creek, hello, you've got another suggestion for us.
Yeah, g'day, boys. I happen to work at the zoo at Sydney Zoo at Eastern Creek.
Oh,
you
awesome.
might recall last year we had Taylor Swift out for the Oldman excursion. She loved it so much she came twice.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking, why don't we put on the Oldman excursion for a school?
Yep.
We'll open up the doors. You can bring all the kids in, get them behind the scenes, meet the animals, go through our education program, throw an ice cream in their hands, get them a slushie, and just give them a good day.
Chris, you would do a whole school if you would like a lock-in for one school, Chris.
Lock in, whole school. I've never been at school and, 1 year it'd get to go and you'd all miss out. So why don't we just open the doors and bring a whole school?
That would be the world's largest school excursion. Could be a world record in it, Tom.
How many does it hold, Chris? How many could you get through for a tour?
Oh, we could do 1,000.
Yeah. Oh, this is massive. So we could open this up to any school in Sydney.
Do you know what? If any kids are misbehaving, you just throw them to the crocodiles or the lions or tigers.
No. Chris, the safety is their number one priority there at Sydney Zoo.
That could be good.
Tommy, get Chris's...
why don't we chat off air, Chris?
That could be great. Why don't we do a shout-out now, just to keep it going? If you are listening and you're a teacher and you want to take the entire school, like shut down the school for the day, we're all going to the zoo.
That's not bad.
Yeah, DM us on
And then,
Instagram.
Tommy, they could pop into our studios and get a tour of the morning zoo.
Wow. What sort of a workplace is this? Teachers, DM us if you want to go to the zoo.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
This was an interesting one, and we're all trying to get into a little bit of real estate, but it's fascinating. Real Estate did a story yesterday. Here's a look at some of the nation's most notorious gangs and what has become of their gathering places, and this is your chance to get your hands on them.
Bikies headquarters.
So you could get your hands on some of these amazing places. First one is the Hells Angels in Petersham. Hells Angels Clubhouse in Sydney. Sydney's inner west was firebombed multiple times before police forced its closure in 2013. It has been on and off the rental market over the years since.
So you could move in.
Yeah, records indicated the latest rent was listed at $30,000 a year. It's understood the building is currently being used as a Pilates studio. I mean, if you want to go in there and get on the reformers and not worry about the firebombs back in 2007 and 2009. A nearby tattoo parlour was sprayed with bullets the same night.
Sure.
Says here it's got 6 bedrooms, but no beds in them because sleeping is overrated. And at current realestate.com.au estimates, price the property between $2.5 and $3.17 million. That could be yours, guys.
And great to know that you could be doing the downward dog in Pilates next to Thumper, who used to be the head of the Hells Angels. To feel like home for him.
Yeah. Why don't you and the family go and have a look at this beautiful place that the Gypsy Jokers used to own in Horsley Park? A Horsley Park property once used by the Gypsy Jokers, which came under the spotlight in 2018 where bikies were alleged to have sex with an alpaca there, remains shrouded in mystery.
You should not do that. Be it an alpaca or any other type of animal.
They got in very early. It was last traded for $215,000, but worth a lot more now.
Is the alpaca still there, or did it take off with the ghost?
The alpaca's gone. Banditos in Molong. Now, Molong's 4 hours west of Sydney, just past Orange.
Okay.
A one-time Banditos clubhouse in regional New South Wales has changed hands for $670,000. There was a raid there in 2019. They uncovered firearms, ammunition, and a illegal puppy farm on the remote 8-hectare property.
Yeah.
It's got a modernised kitchen with funnels, blenders, strainers, propane cylinders, laboratory beakers, and glassware for you.
Okay, that's different sort of kitchen to what I'm used to. You would think if you bought one of these properties, like somewhere there'd be cash buried on the property. Like if they've got, what do they got? 8 hectares.
Yeah.
That's a big bit of dirt. There's got to be cash buried in paddock number 3, I would have thought.
I agree. Actually, I remember this one. The Hells Angels had one in Haymarket. Do you remember where the Civic video was? It's above there. So it was used as a headquarters for the Hells Angels.
Yep.
They also, what do they got here? There was a Civic video store, an Asian massage parlour upstairs. And they also says here it had a beautiful 2-bedroom initiation shed, plenty of places to tie up the new recruits. So there's some beautiful places up for grabs now.
Yeah.
If
And just for the record too, if there's any bikies listening and they think Fitzy's having a bit of a laugh at them, I don't have a problem with you guys. I think you're all great guys. Whatever club you might be part of, I'm not really part of taking the pee out of the bikies this morning.
66 Beresford Street in Rose Bay, everybody.
If only.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
There's been an uproar about a 22-year-old woman. She's got married. Now, this is exciting because she's there with all the groomsmen and the bridal party, but when it came time to have the wedding photos, and you know that's a frustrating time of a wedding, especially for the bride and groom and the bridal party, because they've got all their loved ones, all their family and friends in one room for one special day, and then you go away with the photographer to take photos for an hour.
Yeah.
Like it's a punish in your day.
It's the worst. It really is.
One lady's decided to have a little bit of fun with her wedding photos. As the photographer counted down 3, 2, 1, everybody smile, she's done a everybody lift your dress. Oh, just me maybe. So she's flashing her bridal underwear to the camera. Now, this is one shot that you're looking at, and that's the whole bridal party, so the guys are involved.
Yeah.
From that moment, they then said, okay, we're just going to take the bridesmaids and the bride for a few more photos. 3, 2, 1. Oh, she's done it again. She's lifted the skirt. And
I'm fine with it. It's her wedding.
I just... There's a... Maybe I'm a bit of a traditionalist, but there's a day for a wedding, and then there's a day for a hen's party and every other party.
Oh, come on.
And no one needs to see your jutsi on your wedding day. You know what I mean?
There's photos of me on my wedding day.
With it out.
There may have been a couple of little Jats crackers hanging out.
Did you do sneaky nuts?
The old, have you guys seen my new jeans joke?
Yeah, okay.
They looked out. I may have done that.
Okay.
At the Hallowed Turf of Adelaide Oval, and it was for photos. It was for us afterwards. I mean, everyone took their tops off and had a kick on the oval at the end of the night.
That's
it was 40 degrees. It was.
I mean, to me, when it comes to wedding photos, this is something you look back on, and this is something that you print, you frame, you hang it on the wall, you give it to the in-laws. And then here she is.
Yeah,
at one stage, she just gets the posy out. What do you call it? Like a bouquet.
Yeah.
And just holds it over her jutsi.
You had massive problems with your photography. You refused to pay her. That was a big one. That's why you.
Do you know what I love about your brain? Your brain has gone, he had a problem with the photographer. Yes, that did happen. Now I'll just make up what the problem was.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
There's a fair bit of controversy surrounding the 2032 games in Brizzy, the Olympics down under.
Well, do you know what?
Yeah.
I think we should change the name from Brisbane to the Gout Games in 2032.
It's not a bad idea.
That's what we should call them.
Gout. Bring it home, son.
The Triple G.
Gwat. I said gwat.
Well, it's Bruce McAvaney said gout the other day,
Well,
and if he's comfortable with it, I think we all are, aren't we?
Well, if Bruce is calling him gout, I mean, Bruce basically owns sport in Australia. So I'm going with Bruce.
I'm so excited.
Not his dad.
Do you know what? I'm a massive athletics fan. I love athletics.
Yeah.
I've never seen an Olympic event. And
Haven't
I
you?
was so stupid in the year 2000. We decided to go on a footy trip to Cancun, Mexico.
While the Olympics was on?
While the Olympics were on. I was hanging out at Congo Bongo, when I could have been watching Kathy Freeman in one of the most amazing moments in Australian history.
But I mean, Congo Bongo. If he said to Kathy Freeman, where would you have preferred to be on that night? She would have said Congo Bongo.
Do you remember the movie The Mask?
Yeah.
With Jim Carrey?
I've seen it heaps.
And he picks up Cameron Diaz in that club.
Yeah.
That's Congo Bongo.
You're kidding me.
That's why we went there.
Because of the mask?
Because of the mask.
Awesome.
We were hoping to pick up Cameron Diaz.
Wow.
And unfortunately, we ended up drinking just these
served by Rodrigo.
Horrible cocktails and
No.
watched Kathy Freeman on this tiny television in Congo Bongo. It was the worst night of my life.
He's cracked it.
Somebody stop me!
Yeah, because I shouldn't be at Congo Bongo. Fitz, what's interesting too with some of the suggested events, I mean, if you look at breakdancing, it was an exhibition event, and we fell in love with Ray Gun. Now,
don't think that's coming back.
No, look, that might not be coming back, but the door will always be open for more different types of events that could be introduced to the Olympics, and I would like to formally submit one today, Tom, if we could.
Oh, absolutely.
To the
Degustations.
the buffet challenge. Who can sit at the buffet for long? No, I'd love to see the hug muncher at the Olympics. I mean, that was you trying to break that record of the most amount of hugs in 1 minute.
I don't think hugging would be an Olympic sport. There's no skill to it.
Yes, there is.
No,
You've got to move those arms very quickly. Ash, can you hear me in the newsroom? I believe today they are going to be releasing some announcements regarding the Brisbane Olympics. Is that correct?
Yeah, so the infrastructure blueprint for the Brisbane Olympics will be released today. So Queensland Cabinet signed off on that overnight. So we'll be getting all those details
because I'm thinking...
Wow, that's fascinating. Well done. The infrastructure blueprint
it is,
will be
mate,
released
because
today.
this is the big issue. Because it's how the whole Olympics will be put together. And here's where the world has already started panicking.
Yeah.
Because the rowing race for the Olympics could be held 630 kilometres north of Brisbane at the Fitzroy River.
Well, that's fine.
What is the Fitzroy River known for? Giant saltwater crocodiles. This is great for the Australian reputation. Do you agree, Ash?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, but I mean, we might see some world records broken because no one will want to tip into the water.
No, if you got a big salty coming out the back of your boat, you're moving. Yeah. You are hot. And I would suggest we sort of adopt this theme for many of the events. If you got the 100 on, let a pack of wild dingoes out. You know what I mean?
It's not bad.
If we're in the pool, throw some piranhas in.
Do you reckon put the marathon on Fraser Island?
Well, you could. This is what I mean. Don't feed them, run from them. Good luck, everybody. You're off.
It's not a bad idea.
Fire it up and make it really Australian.
Well, you could incorporate the marathon with the javelin on Fraser Island, so you're running around with a javelin to defend yourself.
Yes,
that's your dingo stick.
With your dingo stick. Then you can do a shoey if you win. Or what was it? You can do a beer bong if you win with your dingo stick.
That's a great idea.
They might discuss it in the blueprint today.
The blueprints today. So, Ash, keep us up to speed with any wild animals incorporated into the Olympics.
As soon as the infrastructure blueprint comes in, can you give me a...
You're an idiot.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let's talk about names.
Say it. Is that it?
Jess, you pulled that down quite quick.
Cut that off, mate.
Not a big
didn't you?
it was only
Destiny's Child
2
fan?
seconds there, guys.
The old samurai
Have it
came
again.
through. Thank you.
Parents are going to creative lengths to make their kids' names stand out by putting unconventional spins on classics.
Not into it.
Denise Robertson has just posted on social media how proud she is that they've welcomed James into the world. James, you would say, is quite a conventional name, isn't it?
Well, James... Could James be a girl? Someone has a kid called James. It's a girl. Who? Blake Lively, is it?
Oh,
Ryan
right.
Reynolds.
You could. My middle name's James, and that's been passed down from my father, my grandfather. My son's middle name is James. James is it's an
traditional
old name,
yeah.
been around. But a few people had to comment as James was spelt Jaymz.
Jaymz. Get out now. Go on, get your coat and get out. Don't do that to a kid.
The Z has been used quite a bit because there's also a lot of people have been commenting and said Esme is another one that they've changed to Ezmay.
Esme, yes, very old name.
Another one said, I have got, my daughter is at school and one of her best friends is Lily, spelled Lilleigh.
Lily.
So this is what I want to ask this morning. How are people changing the spelling of conventional names?
James is an absolute crime. Like, I'm assuming it's a boy, is it? That kid has to live with that his entire life. Okay, can you just... Sorry, it's James, is it? No, sorry, it's Jaymz.
Well, if you're going to go with a conventional name, you'd stick with the original spelling, wouldn't you?
Oh,
You don't
mate.
have to add letters and...
Why do you need a 2025 spin on it? It's been successful for so many years because of the name that it is.
The original James would be absolutely shattered.
He's furious. There's another James.
I mean, Adam and Eve, you're not changing.
No.
They're the real OGs, aren't they? You're not changing the spelling of that, would you?
You're not going to do that.
Adam?
Adam and Av. a dime and a half. Danielle, welcome to the show. Talking about the unconventional spelling of different people's names, what do you got?
So it's Danielle, but it's D-A-N-N-I and then a hyphen E-double-L-E.
Oh, like it's two names, like Danny and
Yeah.
L.
Yeah.
Have a breather.
Did you have a sit down with Mum and Dad and have a conversation over that, Danielle?
Well, I did. Neither of them could give me a good enough reason, really. My mum's name's hyphenated, but I am born on New Year's Day, so maybe there could have been something else in
Right.
that day.
Okay. Dad wanted Danny, Mum wanted L.
Or they've had a big New Year's Eve
My
and just
God.
gone with a hyphen. Oh, so how do you go explaining it to people, Danielle? Does it get confusing?
It does. I have to spell it all the time, but surprisingly, a lot of people don't know what a hyphen is, so I usually have to say it's like a takeaway sign when I try and spell it.
That is amazing. Danny and L, thank you for your call. Christine in Bexley, hello.
Hi guys, how are you? Good morning.
To you too. What's the spelling?
My grandson's name is Tyson.
Like
Tyson.
Tyson?
Is that how you pronounce?
Tyzon.
Mike Tyson.
So do you have to pronounce it Tyson or is it Tyson?
The school used to write Tyson down all the time.
Yeah.
But it's actually Tyson.
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 Oh, Tyson.
Tyson in the jungle, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's gonna have trouble when he gets a bit older explaining it, Christine. It's going to be out there. Does he doesn't cop it at all yet, does he? Is he okay with it?
Oh, everyone that gives him a Christmas card still writes Tyson.
Could you imagine if you're the father of the girl who starts dating Tyson?
And my daughter said, I want to do it different.
Yeah, you certainly have.
It's fair enough.
You certainly have.
Ties one on
Very
when
different.
when he's going through his partying phase, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
The old ties one on.
Christine, thank you.
But you know what? People do want to stand out sometimes, and I suppose that is standing out. So unfortunately, the kid then has to clean up the mess by explaining to everyone why his name is spelt Tyzon.
Right on, Tyson.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
This headline has absolutely shocked me in 13/24/10. I honestly don't believe anybody does this. I don't think
Tom Ivy
anybody
doesn't look like this anymore. Is it that article?
That's the headline. Or you have to try and find the meerkat in this picture of rabbits. Some of those other great news articles. No, this article goes on to say that more than 1 in 5 people admit to hiding food from their partners in bed.
Where would you hide it?
Under the pillow. This one woman says she'll on occasions hide a sandwich under a pillow so she can eat it in bed at night watching TV. Some people hide sausage rolls.
Isn't your partner next to you?
No, he's not in there. Chocolate bars, crisps, and peanuts.
Well, if you're in there by yourself, why are you hiding it?
Well, that's the thing. She said she feels embarrassed if he's to walk in and she's eating.
Ah, gotcha.
So she doesn't want to get caught. This is Caroline, but if Simon wanders in and she's halfway through a sausage roll spilling crumbs all over the bed, see, she said she gets a bit embarrassed.
Sneaky eating. We caught one of
Sneakers.
Huey's. We caught one of Huey's mates the other day. The boys were swimming in the pool, and one of them wasn't there. And I started to freak out, going, "Where is he?" And I went upstairs and he was in the kitchen and I busted him going through. He found some Haig's chocolates
in the pantry
fridge and he was just having a crack.
Just going for it.
He was so embarrassed.
Awesome. If anybody, or you know of anybody stealing food and sneaking it into the bedroom, hiding under a pillow, even eating in bed... Tommy, you'd do a bit of that, wouldn't you? You wouldn't mind a bit of cheese and cracker in
No,
bed.
I've eaten a pizza in bed once before.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's
What?
disgusting.
Yeah. Well,
Tom,
no, the
that's-
pizza's lovely.
The aroma would have been.
Oh.
I mean, just hiding food under your pillow, it would stink afterwards. And
Would have been a
can
meat
I
lovers,
ask-
yeah?
Yeah, was it a meat lovers, Tom?
Yeah, it actually was. Yes, it was a Meat Lovers, and not my greatest moment.
No. What stage of your life were you at? Absolute blowout town?
Last week. So I think Ash would do something like this, don't
Ash,
you?
would you eat in bed, or have you ever hidden food in bed?
Definitely not. And if I got into bed and found a sausage roll hidden under a pillow next to me, I'd be very concerned.
Oh,
Whip, you would have done this before.
I have never eaten in bed.
Cookies?
No.
He's the snack man!
As if I'm eating cookies in bed.
Oh, come on.
Mate.
What?
Nobody is doing
You've
this.
told us a story before of you doing
Anne
that.
in Parramatta, hello.
Hi, how you going?
Anne, are you telling me that your partner loves to eat in bed? Is that right?
Yes, he does.
Oh, my God. How does this play out? Is it night time? Is it when there's a movie on, or he just takes some snacks to bed?
He takes snacks to bed, and usually when I'm feeding my daughter.
Right.
Oh, and what's the grossest thing that he's eaten in front of you in the bed? Because, I mean, there's a hot... You wouldn't take hot food in there, Anne, would you?
Oh, yes, he does. He actually makes tuna, and it's got to be chili tuna, and noodles.
What's
and he breaks them up so they're not even whole.
What is going on? And so you're feeding the bub. He thinks he deserves to be fed as well. So stuffs his face in bed.
Yes.
Like, what time of the day are we at, Anne? I'm so confused.
Well, at all times of the day, to be honest. He's got a big mouth and he loves to eat.
Do you remember when you went through your tuna phase, Whip, and you were bringing in your little can into the office?
I don't like tuna and I don't eat tuna.
It was tuning. That was his tuning phase.
That was his tuning phase.
No, that was very
in the
different.
finance section.
Thank you, Anne. That's weird. Ash is in Castle Hill. Hello, Ash.
Hey guys.
Ash.
So my nickname is in fact Knife Eater, and I notoriously get up at about 2 o'clock in the morning, sneak into the cupboard and grab a packet of chips, and then sneak back into my walk-in and sit down and munch on the chips. I actually developed a condition called sludginess because of my knife
What's it
eating.
called?
Sludginess.
So you don't know you're doing it, Ash?
Honestly, I don't. I get up and I
you're
go
a sleep
to the
eater.
cupboard and I grab the chips, I go back in and I just start eating them.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you've used that excuse a few times too, Whip,
Well, I've
haven't
told you about that friend of mine who's a sleep eater, and she would wake up and there's just chicken carcass on the bed.
Oh,
She's eating
gosh.
full roast chicken in the middle of the night.
Unfortunately, they had chooks. It was alive as well, unfortunately.
Feathers
They used it for
everywhere.
eggs.
Emma in Marsden Park, AM.
Hey guys, how are we?
Good. How far have you taken this?
We have snack drawers next to us full of food. There is
In the bedroom?
most definitely. We put our shows on, we got maths on, and we are just snacking away.
So what are you eating? Popcorn in bed or...
Popcorn, M&M's, chips. We've got noodles. Like we'll make some mee goreng or some 2-minute noodles.
Oh, that's a joke.
Don't eat in bed.
The aroma would be horrible, and you cannot eat hot food in bed.
You
You're
should
kidding
nor be
yourself.
munching in bed.
Unless
But
you...
we take the plates away and we clean up after ourselves. We don't make a mess.
Yeah, gotcha.
We just eat like you're on the couch. We just eat and then we take the food away.
Yeah, but the idea of consuming something like a sausage roll or snacks or popcorn and then just switching out the light.
Oh, this is a couple of hours though, and also a sausage roll would make a crazy mess.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's
true.
everywhere. Sausage rolls are actually one of the worst meals to have in the car because it just goes everywhere into your lap.
Yeah.
Horrible. Thanks, Fitzy. Great chat.
Appreciate it.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
One of our greatest guests that we've had on this show.
Go
We
on.
love getting him on. Matt Preston. We always love the big fella coming in, but he has officially lost the plot. I'm saying it right now. So, Matt actually writes quite a bit for Delicious magazine, and he's got quite a few cookbooks.
Yep.
His cookbooks are very, very popular, but he's lost the plot, guys, because the latest article that he's brought out is Bogan food has never been hotter, and TikTok, America, and the air fryer are to blame.
Yep.
He's given his best recipes using Spam, the artificial ham.
Spam?
I didn't know that Spam was used in your suburban Chinese fried rice that you get. You know, I thought they were little pieces of ham, but they're Spam.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I mean, there used to be ads that they ran, and they would say, like, you can cut it 4 ways, and then you could slice it and put it in a hamburger, and they'd go, Spam burger, Spam burger.
Oh, yuck.
Spam burger.
Here's one, chewy Spam bites. Slice Spam into matchsticks and toss in a mix of gochujang, which is Korean red pepper paste, a splash of vinegar and white sugar. Cook in the air fryer on high until blistered and crispy burn at the edges.
Yuck. Preston, I mean, if Spam's going to come to you and say, hey, is there any chance we could do a deal? You might have to point it out and just go, this book and cooking idea was sponsored, paid for and supported by Spam.
Wait up. He's taken the PISS here now. Why don't you make some of your own sugar Spam's jerky slice? Spam thinly, slice the Spam thinly and toss in sugar and parsley. Grill on both sides or bake in the air fryer at 180 degrees for 15 minutes or until a little crispy and gnarly. But what Spam jerky?
Come on, Preston.
What has he done?
And are most of the meals to be done in the air fryer? So it's an air fryer Spam combination book.
Well, you've got to rub on barbecue spice rub, garlic powder, onion powder, dried oregano, paprika. This is just to make it taste good.
What is Spam? It's not ham.
It's artificial ham.
What's artificial ham?
Well, it's...
Is it just condensed meats? Like, to me, it'd be like what's in sausages or some of those condensed meats where it's literally just the leftovers.
Literally.
It's
like dog... Is it dog cartilage, Tom? Or is that in an old
it is
got a bit of chicken bum in it or something, Tom? Or?
Unsolicited, unwarranted, and often irrelevant messages sent in bulk via email or text.
No, the edible version.
Oh, my apology. I've misunderstood this entire break.
So you thought he was doing a cookbook on when you get served emails you don't want. Okay, Tom. You just set this
Tom
one out.
does have 3 Russian brides, which is weird, so he knows a lot about Spam.
You shouldn't put them in the air fryer, Tom.
Tastes delicious.
Oh, my God.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.